สวัสดีครับทุกคนวันนี้อยู่กับกฤษอีกแล้วนะครับวันที่3นะครับในประเทศไอซ์แลนด์นะครับวันนี้กฤษมีแผนจะไปเที่ยวถ้ำน้ำแข็งนะครับตอนนี้เป็นเวลา8:30นะครับกฤษรอนัดเจอกับไกด์นำทางเวลา9 โมงนะครับระหว่างเราไกด์ยังไงก็มาดูบริเวณรอบๆกันนะครับเพราะว่าเป็นอะไรที่แปลกตามากเลยครับมีแต่น้ำแข็งเต็มไปหมดเลยนะครับในทะเลก็จะมีแต่ก้อนน้ำแข็งใหญ่ๆนะครับอย่างนี้ก็มาดูกันนะครับนี่นะครับน้ำแข็งที่กิดพูดถึงเมื่อกี้นะครับตรงนู้นนะครับตรงนู้นก็จะเป็นภูเขาน้ำแข็งนะครับอากาศตอนนี้ประมาณ-4 องศานะครับซึ่งหนาวมากเป็นอะไรที่ไม่ค่อยชินสักเท่าไหร่นะครับครับแค่นี้ก่อนนะครับยังไงก็รอติดตามนะครับว่าวันนี้จะเป็นยังไงนะครับเราเจอกันในถ้ำน้ำแข็งครับนี่ครับเจอแล้วรถบัสเราขึ้นบัสก่อนแล้วก็จะไปเจอกันที่ปากถ้ำน้ำแข็งนะครับวันนี้ไปกับเรือไอซ์แลนด์ 9:10
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just wait here if you like.
Yeah, sure. Okay, it's really cold outside. It's warmer, exactly.
This is okay to wait.
I can show you over here where we're basically going. And I can also show you how we will get there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a beautiful Land Rover that we always just call the Empire up onto the main road, and we have to drive on the main road for about 10 minutes or so. Then we go off the main road and we follow this mountain that you see over there towards the glacier. It's about a 30-minute drive, 35 minutes maybe in total to get to the parking lot where we want to eventually end up. And then from there we have to hike a little bit to get to the actual glacier. Maybe another 30 minutes. It's a decent hike, nothing difficult, but well, as it is a national park, we can't just build roads wherever we want. Now, the glacier is of course at the edge of, the ice cave is of course at the edge of the actual glacier. So we will be, at the edge of the same glacier as you see over there. It's a massive thing. And then we'll have some time there to explore the ice cave, take some photos, and I'll of course explain a few things as well, which is a lot easier to explain once we are at the actual ice. And eventually we should have all end up right here. Now, as the engine of the car itself is a little bit loud, but of course feel free to ask questions and whatnot while we're driving. And it is a little bit tight inside, which is kind of good because it's also quite cold in this car. So, we can share body heat. Follow me. Start this off with 3 people all the way to the back. These are hiker seats, so yeah. There we go. Now, what I really like is how few cars I can see around us. That means there are not many people here already. That means it's not going to be that crazy or crowded at the ice cave. But on a beautiful day like today, anyone who has a car that can make it here is going to make a tour to come here. So it could get quite crowded, especially around midday. But there are already, I can see 2 cars already on their way. So I just want to get moving. So we will get there before them. So they will have to wait for us and we won't have to wait for them.
สภาพที่เราอยู่ตอนนี้ก็เหมือนดาวอังคารเลยอ่ะเคยไปไม่เคยนี่คือสภาพตอนนี้นะทุกคน
หนาวมากเลยค่ะ
หนาวมากปากแดงหูแดงจมูกแดงตายได้แล้วเนี่ยตายได้แล้วเนี่ยหูทะลุแล้วอ่ะใส่หมวกแล้วขี้เหร่มากเลยดูดิ
ฉันเหมือนมอนสเตอร์อิงเลยอ่ะ
นี่หัวใหญ่มากนะนางให้อันเล็กอ่ะ
It took me a long time just to get it all the way here. The first time I came here, so it's almost 25 years ago. I was just a little kid. I can remember this rock because it has this strange pattern in it, these lines of crystals. The glacier was almost right here. It would have been somewhere here back then. So you can see how much has melted just in that time. And there have of course been years where it has been quite cold, so it has almost not melted at all. But then there have been years like this summer, it melted a lot. It melts fast, it melts up to 30 centimeters a day. And you have to imagine that technically the glacier is actually moving forward, it's getting closer to us. But it's melting faster than it's moving. So if we think it's melting 30 centimeters, it's technically probably melting 31 or 32 because it's also moving about 1 centimeter forward. Now, and the scary part is not just how far away it is already, but how much thinner it has gotten. It was probably about halfway up the mountain or something like that when I was here 20 years ago. Or 20, well, it's almost 25 years ago. I'm getting old.
Everybody does.
But the reason I came here when I was a kid is because we have to herd sheep every year. Here in Iceland, we just set the sheep free in the summer. They can go everywhere. And almost every farmer has at least some sheep. And then, of course, at the end of the summer, you have to bring them back home. So you have to go and look for them and herd them back. And they are everywhere. Sheep just, I mean, they will eat everything, including the rocks.
How do you know which one is yours?
Basically, when you are herding them, you just take every sheep you can find. But then, once you're home, you sort them out. And they're all marked on their ear.
ถึงแล้วนะครับนี่คือปากถ้ำนะครับทางเขาทำสุดเลย
So, we can go closer to the ice, and I will explain. Still all here. Always good. So what we want to do now is we want to put our crampons on, and I think already all of you have your helmets on, but I have to put mine on. Now, putting the crampons on is not that complicated, but I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, I like to make it a little bit complicated for myself, because this is my yoga practice every day. The easy way to do it is, of course, to find a good rock, like this one, and sit down. But I like to practice my balance. Now, if you take a look at your crampons, you can see they all should have this colored strap somewhere on them. Doesn't have to be the same color, but there should be one. This goes in the front. So basically, you start with your toe, and you put it on the side where the colored strap is. And of course, the spikes should be pointing down. Then you just pull it around your heel, and it's on. Perfect. Now, a glacier like this one is not created when a lake or the rain or something like that freezes. What happens is actually that high up in the mountains, it snows a lot, and then some more, and then a lot more. There's so much snow that the heavy weight of the snow on top is pressing on the snow that is underneath. And slowly it squeezes out almost all of the air, and it turns into this beautiful clear ice. Now once you have enough ice that it's so heavy that even the ice can't carry the weight, it squeezes all the material from the bottom out. And that is a glacier when it starts to move, because it's so big, it's so massive that it actually moves under its own weight. And therefore you will always have the oldest ice at the edges. So here we have ice, I've been told, I haven't measured this myself, is roughly around 800 years old. But I know that we have ice in this glacier that is about as old as the settlement of Iceland. So that's about 1,200 years old. And we might have some ice that is a little bit older, but I'm fairly certain, even if you would look everywhere, you could not find ice that is more than 2,000 years old. But when this process of squeezing out the air is happening, every now and then some air is going to get trapped that can't get anywhere. Because ice has been formed all around it, so the air can't get through the snow anymore, it's just ice. And then you will have these little holes in the ice, it's like cheese. And sometimes there's water in these holes that won't freeze, because it's insulated, it's inside the ice and it can't get any colder to freeze. And those are the holes that you can see, like in here. Some of them are quite big, like this one, it's huge. Go all the way in here. This is probably then a water channel. So what is actually going on here is you think that you are standing on the ground, right? This is not the ground. It's very easy to see because you can see there's ice. There are layers in the ice, and the water always tries to get down to the bottom and then it flows out. But just like us thinking this is the bottom, the water is also sometimes wrong. So it goes down and then it flows out, and there it thought it had reached the bottom, so it created a river this way. And when I say thought, of course the water isn't thinking, it's just the way gravity and whatnot works. But then all of a sudden it managed to melt a little bit further, and whoa, it realized I can go further down. Created the next layer. And it's still not at the bottom here, and I can show you the next layer actually by the entrance. There you can see there's a hole where the water is even deeper, and it just disappears into the ground. Or like I said, what we think is the ground. But the glacier actually goes a lot deeper.
ก็เสร็จแล้วนะครับสำหรับถ้ำน้ำแข็งเป็นไงบ้างทุกคนมีความคิดเห็นไงบ้าง
ก็สวยด้วยตา
สวยเนาะไม่ก็ไม่ว้าวมากแต่ก็โอเคแหละ
หรือถ่ายไม่เป็น
สวย
amazing เนาะโอเค
นี่ก็สวยแต่สวยด้วยตา
ใช่ไหมโอ้โหครับและนี่ก็คือวิวของกาเซียลากูนนะครับตอนเช้าที่เกิดมารอพิกอัพเพื่อจะไปทัวร์ถ้ำน้ำแข็งนะครับแต่ตอนเช้าคือมืดมากก็ไม่ได้เห็นวิวขนาดนี้แต่นี่คือสวยมากอยากให้ทุกคนได้เห็นว่าเป็นยังไงตรงข้างล่างนิดหนึ่งเป็ดปะ
เดี๋ยววะ
เป็ดนี่เป็ดน่ารักเนาะ
ถ่ายด้วยกล้องมันไม่สวยว่ะมือถืออ่ะ
จริงเห็นด้วย มาเดินดูหลังภูเขาได้เนี่ยพวกนั้นมีอะไรบ้าง วิวก็เป็นวิวเหมือนกันนะครับ เดี๋ยวจะให้ดูเป็นก็ดูเขาน้ำแข็งเหมือนกันนะครับ ต่างกันไม่มาก นี่ครับเป็นแบบนี้
น้ำใสมาก
ถึงแล้วนะครับชายหาดน้ำแข็งนะครับอีกที่หนึ่งที่ไกด์ทัวร์ทำน้ำแข็งแนะนำให้มาชมนะครับชายหาดที่เต็มไปด้วยน้ำแข็งนะครับก้อนใหญ่ๆนะครับพัดมาจากมหาสมุทรนะครับชายหาดก็จะมีความดำเป็นแม่ทรายดำนะครับสีขาวๆได้เห็นก็เป็นหิมะเป็นสะเก็ดน้ำแข็งนะครับถึงแล้วคือมหาสมุทรนะครับมีความกรอบนิดนึงเป็นยังไงกันบ้างครับทุกคนสำหรับไอซ์แลนด์วันที่ 3 ในวันนี้นะครับหวังว่าเพื่อนๆคงจะชอบคลิปวิดีโอที่คิดทำขึ้นนะครับยังไงถ้าชอบคลิปวิดีโอก็อย่าลืมฝากกดไลค์กดติดตามไว้ด้วยนะครับสำหรับวันนี้ขอจากกันไปด้วยวิวสวยๆด้านหลังนะครับแล้วเจอกันใหม่คลิปหน้าสวัสดีครับ